If you're struggling from those tiny little bumps on the forehead that does look like acne but they're really not, this is the video that you might want to watch till the very end. Hey guys, Leah here. So today I'm going to talk about one of the most highly requested videos ever, which is all about fungal acne. This is a very tricky and interesting subject. It does look like acne and it's very often misunderstood and is often misdiagnosed as acne. So a lot of dermatologists would put you on antibiotics or benzoyl peroxide, which is not necessarily going to treat this acne-like breakout. It's a fungus, not bacteria. And while researching for this, I came across a beautifully written blog post from simpleSkincareScience.com. He did a terrific job breaking this down from A to Z, so I highly recommend you guys to check out his blog post. This video is going to be based on his research and his approach as well. So what the hell is this guy? The technical term for this acne-like breakout is pityrosporum folliculitis or malassezia folliculitis. Sounds like Italian, but it's really not. Anyways, it's like an acne-like breakouts that's often accompanied by itchiness. It has like white little yellowish kind of tiny bumps. It doesn't seem like it's squeezable or poppable, and it flares up mostly in the area where it gets super oily, like the T-zone or the chest or the back, on the shoulders. Now this malassezia is actually a form of fungi that are present in a lot of people, where it only becomes problematic when this malassezia guy grows like a Super Mario after eating the mushroom. There are several causes of malassezia folliculitis. The very first obvious one is definitely excessive sebum production, and that's because malassezia is a microorganism that is lipophilic, which basically means that it loves and grows on oil and lipid. They use human sebum as a food source to grow bigger and bigger. Another reason is definitely excessive sweating or skincare products that are either too occlusive or that contains the food source for malassezia to grow. And we'll go through every single ingredient in the later part of this video. External factors such as hot and humid climate counts in pretty heavily too, and that explains the reason why there are a lot of acne patients that also struggle with pityrosporum folliculitis in hot and humid countries such as the Philippines. It's pretty easy to tell by just looking at it, but to have a proper diagnosis, you have to look in a microscopic level. So if you do have a chance to visit dermatologists, which I definitely recommend you guys to do so, there are definitely kind of assumptions that you can make based on what it looks like and how it feels. A lot of times these kind of acne-like bumps would accompanied with itchiness. Another effective way is that you can definitely tell by how your skin responds to traditional acne treatments such as antibiotics or benzoyl peroxide, because these are not the treatments for malassezia folliculitis and it's not going to affect them, but it can sometimes exacerbate the look or the appearance of malassezia folliculitis. Another pattern that's found between malassezia folliculitis patients is that they have been using antibiotics for such a long time that it kind of disrupted the entire gut health or the skin flora, which leads to setting an environment for malassezia to grow and flourish. This is the strategy to kind of avoid giving malassezia any kind of food to grow. So the very first group of ingredients that you might want to watch out is most fatty acids and most oils. And it's very hard to kind of avoid this because in a lot of creams, moisturizers, it's so easy to find any kind of fatty acids or any kind of oils, to be honest. Fatty acids can be found in the names such as lauric acid, stearic acid, myristic acid, palmitic acid, linoleic acid, oleic acid. There are definitely oils that are safe for you guys to use, which are MCT oil, squalane, not squalene, mineral oil. Besides these three oils, it's best for you guys to just avoid it. And if you do see any kind of fatty acids, there are definitely exceptions that doesn't really feed to malassezia, but it's just the best bet to avoid anything that is fatty acid. The next skincare ingredient group that you might want to avoid is esters. Esters is basically a combination of alcohol plus fatty acid, and it creates ingredients such as isopropyl palmitate and anything that ends with ATE at the end. And ester is used very beneficially in a lot of skincare products. If you are looking for silicone-free moisturizers, if you're looking for oil-free moisturizers, esters are very beneficial because it's far less greasier than any kind of natural oil or beeswax or butter such as shea butter. So it provides a very lighter weight consistency. It's a super effective emollient plus skin conditioning agent. That's why it's often used in moisturizers. However, since it has fatty acid inside the combination, it might be best to avoid. Polysorbates is another group that you might want to watch out. The ingredient name goes by polysorbate 20, polysorbate 40, 60, and 80. And it's a very effective surfactant and an emulsifier, mixing oily ingredients with watery ingredients. But to malassezia, this is going to be another food. Another bad news is galactomyces, and this is basically the yeast ferment, and it's found in a lot of Korean fermented skincare products such as COSRX galactomyces essence, manual factory galactomyces, Tanimali galactomyces. But yeah, it's a bad news. The following ingredients are the ingredients that may or may not affect the growth of malassezia: cholesterol, ceramides, phospholipids, and squalane. And these 4 ingredients only have very limited amount of studies that can conclude that malassezia is going to grow on these. If you're like super strict and you want to avoid just every potential ingredient, definitely avoid these. However, if you're more chill, maybe give some room for these guys. So we learned about all the food sources of malassezia. Now let's move on to the treatments that can actually kill and inhibit the growth of malassezia. The very first one and the most popular one is hands down Ketoconazole. And a lot of study after study suggests that Ketoconazole can actually inhibit the growth of malassezia. And interesting enough, Ketoconazole is the active ingredient that a lot of anti-dandruff shampoos have. So that's why you might have seen this somewhere on YouTube, somewhere online, as a treatment for fungal acne. And that's because of the presence of 1% ketoconazole. Apply this on clean skin, probably on the problematic area, for about 5 to 10 minutes or even 15 minutes, and just see how it goes with your skin. Another treatment ingredient is honey or propolis extract. High five. Honey is a super potent antimicrobial substance that can be very beneficial for acne prone skin, but it's also beneficial for malassezia, folliculitis. So if you do have raw honey on hand, apply that as a spot treatment on the forehead or wash with raw honey. That can actually inhibit the growth of malassezia. Another effective treatment is salicylic acid, aka BHA. This is found in a lot of acne fighting products as well, and it is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, but it's also antifungal, which makes it very effective to treat fungal acne. And also it is a keratolytic agent. Basically, a keratolytic agent means it's going to slough off dead skin or excessive skin growth, which happens a lot with fungal acne patients. Another treatment is sulfur, and sulfur is a super effective acne treatment, but also fungal acne treatment as well. It promotes the shedding of fungal from the stratum corneum, which means the outermost layer of your skin. According to a study, when you apply sulfur on the skin, it produces some substance called pentathionic acid, which is toxic to malassezia. Last but not least, we have urea. Urea is a super duper hydrating and moisturizing ingredient that is often prescribed to atopic dermatitis patients or eczema patients. And if you do have extremely dry skin or dry skin in general, urea might be a very wonderful ingredient to include. But at the same time, it is a keratolytic agent. This might be very beneficial for those who have excessive growth of skin, which is oftentimes found in fungal acne patients. I know this was such a heavy, extensive, very complicated subject. Definitely let me know with your progress if you do implement this in your skincare routine and in your treatment routine. Definitely check out the description box for more product recommendations that are safe for fungal acne. Go check out simpleskincarescience.com for further details about malassezia folliculitis. I think it's a very good read. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button down below to get notified, and I'll see you guys next time. Until we see each other, stay healthy and happy and eat a lot of veggies. Bye!